96 from Gamera 2. Gamera versus Legion. Advent of Legion. Legion. Whatever you want to call them. Okay? So, as you can see, I got two figures here. I have the standard, and this is the Rigboy. I just took him out of the box. He's still got his gloves and slippers on, and I already put his tail on. I will say, for the tail right now, make sure you use the squishy soft treatment. Heat up the body hole at the bottom of the figure. Put the tail in the freezer. I had it on like that. It was a piece of cake. Okay? So I don't want to hear anybody out there having any trouble. Just do it like I said. Bam! Okay? So, two reasons I have both figures here. One, I'm going to compare the standard to the Rigboy. The Rigboy comes with a light up feature. The standard doesn't. It just comes with the figure itself, what you see here. No light up. So, and the other reason is this is going to somebody else. Okay? So, I bought it for somebody else, and they're going to pay me for it, and bam! So, but we're going to review them together. We're going to see if there's any slight differences between the light up feature on the stomach and the mouth compared to the standard. And that's that. So, let's get into this! Alright, the first thing we're going to talk about is the box. Bam! Here's the box. Traditional, almost traditional 25 centimeter box. This is my first 25 centimeter Gamera figure, being that I already have the other 330s. But the box, it's kind of similar to the Toho series, the Toho Large Monster series, the large Toho Monster series. Boxes, window display, and you got some basic art on the sides, okay? In the back, it's got your legal jargon. On the sides, there is nothing. Okay? The top, it's got that Large Monster series. On the front, it has the sticker. Okay? This is the standard sticker. Alright, so that's the box. Gamera's tucked away in there. This is the standard version, being that I already have the Rigboy out. And just for comparison purposes, you know, he comes in the display case. Oh, it's upside down. Like that. And then you got your battery pack right there. Okay, so we'll take that out when we're going to play with the Rigboy feature. So that's the box. Pretty short and sweet. Moving on! Sculpt! Alright, so, bam! Brand new Sculpt. Oh, it smells fresh. And I will say right now, this figure is certified fresh. Oh, it's been a while since I got something really, really fresh. So, it smells good. You can't beat the fresh vinyl smell. Fresh vinyl. Okay? Can't beat it. So, the Sculpt, this is a brand new Sculpt for the 25 centimeter scale. Gamera 96 here. Looks almost like the 30 centimeter, but we'll use that for comparison later. But the Sculpt is beautiful. The Sculpt comes in a dark green paint job. We're going to talk about the paint job later, but as you can see, dark green. Figure, where's my nifty little tape measure? Ah, boy. Okay, so most 25 centimeter figures stand in the 10-inch range because Gamera is a shorty and he slouched over a bit. He is just about 8 inches tall, so he's kind of short, kind of. It's not that bad, but he's about 8 inches tall, so that's the height of the Sculpt. But the detail is beautiful. As always, Gamera 96. If you ask me, this is my favorite version of Gamera. The shell looks great. The legs look great. You know, the typical bagginess on the legs here. The arms look awesome. And of course, the chest, the stomach, that all looks good. It's really my first time looking at him, so this is kind of like an experience together as you're watching this. We'll call this the fresh vinyl experience. Huh. But, yeah, lame, I know. But the details and the Sculpt, very, very nice. Especially, especially what? This looks great. Now, where the figure really sells itself is in the head and the face. And it's probably one of the most fiercest looking Gameras. Yeah, the 99, he's pretty fierce looking, but I prefer this one the most. It's my favorite Gamera figure. Wow, this is my favorite Gamera. I don't know. The 30 centimeter 96 is pretty nice, but this overall Sculpt I'm yakking. Sculpt is very nice. A lot of details on the head, the neck, the frills, the shells nicely done. Arms look great. And one feature about this figure, just as the 30cm Gamera, is the mouth. You got the glands in there, and it looks like his mouth is almost drooling with that glossy paint in there. His eyes look great. His teeth over here, his horns look great. And, you know, they're kind of sharp, so be careful. But, tail. What's good about the tail now is that on the 30cm Gamera, he's like that. The tail's up. So this, it's on the ground. So now you don't have to worry about your Gamera 96 face planted forward, unless for some reason the legs over here get really squishy during the summer months, which can help, unfortunately help, make it fall forward. But we don't want that. Okay, we don't want that. Okay, so Sculpt is good. Sculpt looks damn good. Detail! Detail, detail, detail! Detail! What do we say? Detail! Okay, like I was just talking about the Sculpt. But the detail, it goes past what the eye can see. Once you start looking closely, I'm going to start with the shell. Once you start looking at the shell, there's little grooves and nicks and scales and whatnot on his shell. They have little paint highlights on every little bump and crevice here. These look really, really well done. And what do I always talk about, especially when it comes to the detail? The depth. It's not just a flat, you know, sculpt with the detail here. It looks really, really well. The depth is important. It gives the figure more character, if you ask me. It's not just a toy. That's why X Plus is not just toys, people. So, lots of nice detail on the shell. Tail, detail, right? Each cellular crevice thing here. Look, I'm not no turtle person. I don't know what they call them, but the tail here, all these bumps and grooves, those look really, really well done. So one thing I always notice about the Gamera figures is that there's a lot of detail on each and every figure. The legs, all the curls, frills. Now remember, because he's a turtle, why does it look so baggy like that, right? It looks so baggy like that because when he flies, like any turtle, well, they don't fly, but like any turtle, the head, arms, and legs and tail all suck in. How's that go again? Okay? So that's why they look baggy, because that way when he retracts his legs and arms and head and tail, everything goes in easy into his shell. Bam. Okay? So that's why it's so baggy. Detail, look at the elbow horn there. That looks great. Arms look awesome. Oh, this figure is really beautiful. Wow. I was actually almost considering not getting this because I got the 30. I'm like, you know, I already got, but you know what? I'm a nut. We know that, right? Neck looks good. The chest looks good. The figure is beautiful, people. If you don't have one, by the time you're watching this, go click, click, buy. Click, click, buy. Click, click, buy. But the level of detail in the mouth, look at the mouth. That's awesome. You know, if you think about it, Godzilla 2014 in that one commercial when he's roaring, that's what it looks like, all the glands and everything. So they did a great job here, like to try to make lifelike, just as they did Godzilla 2014. Just a side note. So the mouth was really, really well done. The glands, the teeth, the tongue, everything is beautifully sculpted. Beautiful. Top of the mouth, awesome. A lot of good detail. Fine work here. This is definitely awesome. The eyes, now check out the eyes. The eyes look beautiful. So one thing I love about the 30cm is the eyes also. The eyes are just, bam, they're just so much depth. The color, the red, the greens, the white, it's all blended nicely together. We'll talk about it in the paint job though. So that's that. So the detail is spot on. Looks great. Looks great! Detail! Alright, paint job! Now, like I said at the beginning, we got our dark greens touched up with little bits of highlights of a tan on the shell. Looks good. Across the stomach, you know, and the rest of the body, it's mostly this green color. Okay? But on the stomach and chest area, it has little highlights of a lighter green blended with some brown to give it that shell-like appearance on his stomach. Okay? The fingernails are done with yellows Almost does like a, I can't think of the color, like a bone, not a bone look, you know, obviously. You know, really, will look really good. Will look really good. The teeth and the husks, what am I talking about? The tusks here, those are well done. The mouth and the tongue and everything, you got your pinks and whatnot, so that looks good. And it looks very lifelike. It looks wet. It looks like he was drooling. Okay, so that looks good. Toenails, and you know the toenails look great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 5 on each foot. Okay, just he's got 5 fingernails, like us, like turtles. But the paint application is beautiful. I love how it's just blended and flows evenly across each toenail, across each fingernail, even the elbow horns, thorns, horns, whatever you want to call them. Can't think sometimes. I'm not perfect. Don't be mad at me. Don't be sore. Don't be sore. But these look great. These elbow horns. You know, I mean, if he ever wants to elbow you, it's gonna hurt like hell. So that looks great. But yeah, the paint job's pretty simple, but it hits all the right spots. The eyes, I'm gonna touch base on the eyes. Look at the eyes. Eyes got a lot of detail. I mean, just captured very well. And they're evenly done. Let's see if he's got the googly eye effect here. Nope. The eyes are spot on. He's looking straight forward, so that looks great. Check that out. Look great. Great! Alright, so the paint job is top notch. Top notch. I don't have any complaints about the paint job. Looks great. Look great! Joints and seams! Okay, now, first let's find the joints. Joints are where the stuff moves. Tail only moves a little bit because that's where you put the tail on. The legs have some give here, so that way you have to try to reposition them. So that's just at the knees. The thighs, nothing at the thighs. The other knee moves too, just at the knees. So the calf, the knees, the calves, whatever you want to call them, that's the only point there. The ankles don't move, the thighs don't move. The arms, well, I guess if you wanted to reposition the arms, you can, but they're supposed to stay like that. There is some give here, you know, because the arms were molded separately, just as the legs were, the tail, and the head has some articulation. But you know what? I don't even want to play with that because I'm pretty sure that's where the lights are up in there. So you don't want to start twisting stuff. What happens when you start twisting stuff? You start snapping stuff, and that's no good. X plus, not articulated. Don't twist your stuff. Okay? The SH Monster Arts are for. Bam. So that's your joints and seams. As far as the seams now, you can see the seam here on the elbow. Okay? And on the other elbow, around the kneecaps, here, and here, and around the neck, completely around the neck. Now, the good thing about Gamera, like I was saying earlier, is that he's baggy. He's got a lot of extra skin, and that's what retracts into his shell. So because of that look, it hides these seams rather well. You know, it's not very distracting at all. I mean, you know, at certain angles you can't even tell. Around the neck, the legs are blended and hidden pretty well. And so the arms, you know, it's just, you'd have to look for them, you know. Not distracting at all. So that's your joints and seams, people. Joints and seams. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the Rigboy feature. The Rigboy feature, like I stated, this one lights up, this one don't. This is the standard, this is the Rigboy. There's going to be a light up feature here on the stomach and coming out of the mouth. I have not even tried this yet, so I can't wait to see what this looks like. So what you got to do is get your battery pack out of the box, and where is the plug attachment? I don't even know. I haven't even found that yet. Usually it's on the heel. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, nicely hidden. It's right there on the back of the leg. the back of the left calf. So that's where we're going to plug it in. So first thing you want to do is get your battery pack. You're going to pull out the little tab. And then untwist that little guy. And then plug it in. The back of the leg. Gets in the way a little bit, the shell. And we're in. Okay? Now we're going to see what the light up feature looks like on the Rigboy. Alright, let's turn this puppy on. Ooh, check that out. That looks pretty cool. So you got the mouth and the stomach area lighting up orange, red orange, as if he was ready to blow his plasma blast from his stomach and or mouth. I think the mouth lit up too, but it came out of his stomach. Now if you remember, stomach opened up from the plates, bam, and released this massive blast that killed Legion. So that's the Rigboy. That looks pretty cool. I'm taking that. Nice. Alright, so that's what the lineup feature looks like. Cool. Okay. So now, the other thing I want to talk about is there any difference between the look of the figure without the Rigboy lit up? So let me look. Very, very hard to tell. The only way to tell would be to stick a light up the standard to see if that lights up. But on the chest area, stomach area, they look almost identical. But we're going to have to check. We're going to have to see if this one has the same translucent applications as the Rigboy does. So let me go look. Either I just can't get a good angle of light up in there, or that this whole figure is painted over and there's no translucent vinyl to let light escape. So if somebody else wants to try to get it again, go for it. But as far as I'm concerned, this doesn't have any translucent vinyl where light emits from the mouth and the head. The only way we can find out is if take the head off. Now, let's see. Check that out. There's the head. All lit up. So, what does that mean? So, if you bought the standard and you want a Rigboy, if you have the time and patience to make yours light up, you get it to light up. Bam. And the real crappy thing about that is you can see all the areas where the paint was not painted. Now, let's look inside the body through this way. No, I'm gonna say that really can't tell. Okay, so this is what I've been trying to do. It's crazy. All right. Okay, got the head back on. So now, what's next? Size comparison. Okay, so we're using the 30 centimeter Gamera 96. Compare it up with the 25 centimeter Gamera 96. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is that why does the 25 and the 30 look almost the same height? Actually, if you look at it closely, the 25 is standing taller than the 30. Why is that? When you look at the 30, he is slouched so much more. A whole lot more slouching going on here than the 25. Where the 25, he's standing straight up more, okay? So, that's why there's a size difference. Now, I gotta do some serious surgical repair on his legs here, because his legs are so flopped out. You know, he's barely standing. One little touch forward, and he's gonna go face first. See, that's one thing you gotta worry about the 30 centimeter. But anyway, for size comparisons, The 30 centimeter is much bigger in mass to the 25. Let's look at the shells for an example. Okay, look how much bigger that is. You know, the 30s, he's probably what? About a good 1.5 inches, 2 inches bigger of the shell there. So that's the size comparison. Okay, but very close in size. So they complement each other rather well. Okay, that's the size comparison. Bam! Alright, final thoughts. Now, this is my first 25 centimeter Gamera figure. I'm very impressed with it. The light up feature looks pretty damn good. I'm happy I got the Rigboy, but I can't find anything to say bad about this figure. I'm happy that the tail is on the ground, keeping him balanced, that he's standing straight up instead of slouching. So this looks pretty good. Looks really, really awesome. This figure is certified fresh, and I'm definitely going to give him a 10 out of 10. I can't find anything wrong with him. Nothing at all. Looks great. Okay? So that concludes my review for the X Plus 25 centimeter Gamera 96. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, buy vinyl, fresh vinyl!